guys, welcome to Gil Hess Adventures. I'm Gil. These are my adventures. I wanted to get out today and take you to one of my favorite places in the world. And for anybody who's been here before, you won't be surprised to hear it's Yosemite National Park. But unlike the traditional sort of high trafficked areas that we get inundated with seeing all the time, Half Dome and El Capitan, Yosemite Falls, Bridal Veil Falls. Unlike places like that, I wanted to kind of take you off the beaten path today. And so, if you can't already tell behind me, this is the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in Hetch Hetchy Valley. I've been here for a couple hours already. I've seen two people, and as you can tell, it's a beautiful Saturday here in late February. And so that should tell you how sort of non-trafficked this area is. So I would like to show sort of a broad overview of all of Yosemite National Park, and in coming videos I hope to do just that. I recently published one on 4 Mile Trail, and I'll link to that down below. You can see over my right shoulder in the distance, it's not a very good angle for it, but you can see a waterfall on the back end here of the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. That's going to be my destination for today's hike. I actually don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Wapama Falls. But yeah, I'll link in the description to the trailhead for it. And at the end of the video, I'll put all the numbers for the hike today as far as the distance, the elevation gain, the time, what I would rate it. I think I'm gonna rate it on the low end of moderate, maybe mid-moderate, but we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of people come to Yosemite National Park and they spend the bulk of their time in the valley, and rightfully so. The valley is beautiful. According to their website, over 90% of visitors don't leave the valley, and that's a shame. As I've stated earlier, you're going to get Half Dome, El Cap, tons of waterfalls, Bridal Veil, Upper and Lower Yosemite Falls. You're going to get Vernal Falls and Nevada Falls and Horsetail Falls and the Merced River and lots of things. And if you've never been to Yosemite, by all means check out the valley. But if you've been a few times, perhaps Hetch Hetchy is a viable option to get into the beauty of Yosemite and to be alone. It's nice. It's nice. So I'll take you through the trail today, and I'll take some pictures as we go to break up sort of the monotony. And on my channel, all the pictures that you see, all the videos you see, they're all mine. So when I mention Half Dome and El Cap and things like that, if I'm flashing to images of them, they're images that I've taken. And it's also worth noting that I shoot everything on my iPhone. So if you do want to come out and you want to explore not just Yosemite, but any of our national or state parks, and you feel you've got to get some big expensive camera rig, I don't think you have to. I think I get high quality images, high quality video on just the iPhone. I am using the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and so I'm on the higher end of the iPhones. But I'll link to my Instagram below like I do on all my videos, and you can look at a lot of my adventure pictures and videos that I've taken from all sorts of different places. Everything shot on the iPhone, even going back iterations in previous generations on the iPhone 10 and all the way back to the iPhone 6 even. So I suggest you give it a shot. Yeah, so let's jump on the trail. And so I'm walking along and something occurs to me that you don't get in most hikes. This is one of the only hikes I've ever done that I can remember anyway, where there's no big buildup. I'm hiking to a fall that you can literally see before you get out of your car. And because you're walking sort of around the perimeter of the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir, you sort of don't lose sight of the destination, so there's no real big buildup to it. And passing 1 mile. But this trail is unique in that you literally see the destination before you step foot on the trail. Got all these butterflies. I don't know if they're showing up or not. All these butterflies and what have you. Beautiful sunny trail. Anyway, I was just thinking that as I was hiking, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it. Things I really like about this trail is there's ample opportunity to sort of get off the path and just kind of explore a little bit, where typically when you're tucked up against the mountains, as you can see here, we are sort of right up against the edge here. And typically on trails like this, where you find yourself sort of hugging the terrain a little bit, it's difficult to sort of deviate from the path because typically the pathways are more narrow and the either steep rise or sudden drop to your sides are difficult. But here there's just a crazy amount of places that you could leave the trail and sort of explore and see views like these. I actually just passed a couple just a ways back, I guess one switchback ago, that were on an overlook kind of like this one, and they were doing some yoga right on the ledge. And I really wanted to check out that view, but I didn't want to bother them. They looked like they were having fun. They were having their Zen moment, and I wanted to let them keep it. But yeah, you can hike up along this trail all you want and see something neat off to the side and just go check it out, which is what I've done here. The trail is probably 30 yards that way. I'm pointing. I don't know if I'm in frame or not. It's that way. But you can see, you know, the dam, the O'Shaughnessy Dam down there, and the reservoir way below my feet. I've gained at this point not much, only about 250 feet, which is about how high up I am now. So yeah, so let's get back on trail and see what we see. So it occurs to me, I said fairly early on in this hike that this hike was different and that you could see sort of the destination, you know, before you even got out of your car, and that it's unusual and that typically on a hike you have to sort of hike toward your destination, and then there's that big reveal, the big payoff. Maybe 20 seconds after I shot that, I lost sight of it and I haven't seen it since. So I think I can hear it coming up, sort of the roar of the falls. Depends on how the wind is going and which direction I'm facing based on the way it's buffeting off the granite walls. But yeah, I can tell you that the anticipation has built back up and I feel kind of stupid for saying that now. So there goes my predictive powers. You guys got to see me screw that one up. So, but yeah. And no sooner do I make a video about not being able to see the falls, and I can once again see the falls.